Manny, I'm gonna ask you one question. One question only. Well, I'm gonna ask multiple questions on this show. What's going on here? What is going on here?
Why? What's missing?
What do you mean? Yesterday at 5 p.m., I'm off work, but I was still doing big business. What is happening here?
Okay,
I see no
okay.
biz. I
Well,
see no this.
I may have lied to you
Oh,
about the thumbnail.
oh, really? She made it somehow. With the wrong hair though, man, you should have had the new hair with the CEO, where she see a
No,
cheek.
but
She
this,
is the second opposite.
you know for a fact I ain't gonna PNG anything unless I can find it. This is the one stripped from the All Elite card.
Oh, okay. It looks
If
really
you're
off
wondering how
tan.
these faces happened, if you're wondering how these faces happened,
Well, clearly on the right is oral sex. Oh no, I was wrong. I've never seen no shit like this in my life. Sean's going too far. Sean's going too far with this episode of NXT. He went too far. He crossed the line. Eric has shaved from Monet already. Well, this is the Monet Therapy Group, where we will be talking big business the entire night at AEW Dynamite. We have a full show today, which means we're going 25 minutes.
I don't think it's possible this week. In this episode,
No. It's
25 minutes.
Yeah, we got way too much to talk about.
Yeah. I don't think there's much news outside of Mercedes Monet. I think
No.
there is. I feel like the big beefy boys of WWE are trying to push forward a match of the Big E meaty invitational. Of I think Ivar wants to get in it. Bronson Reed.
Before we go further with all these meaty, these very big meaty men, as I feel like I should be talking with those little bow ties with no shirt on. As we talk about this,
oiled up, and they had collar and a bow tie.
Yeah. What? Yeah, that's all it is. Collar and a bow tie, and it's me looking like fucking Snagglepuss, but fat, black, out of shape, in a beard, hairy, and everything else. Oh, with that being said, yeah, Heavens of Murgatroyd. No one remembers Snagglepuss. I remember Snagglepuss.
Exit stage right.
Yes. That's where whenever someone says the word Sadiddy, I believe Snagglepuss is the definition for that. That should be the definition. He is Sadiddy. The hell am I talking about? Anyway, the Meaty Men match that is being proposed by Bronson Reed. Not only is this a ripoff of what AEW is doing, it's a ripoff of what WWE is doing, because don't they already have the Andre the Giant Battle Royal? You cannot not have the Andre the Giant Battle Royal and then have the Meaty Men match, because now you're going to mix it up and think that someone won the Meaty Men match, and now it's the Andre the Giant Meaty Men Memorial Battle Royal. You can't do all that.
Fair,
that's too much.
AEW did try it, but the meatiness originally came from Big E saying he wanted
that's true.
Big meaty men slapping meat. That happened on WWE programming.
That is true. That is true. He did start. The origins does go way back to the ancestors of Big E. Stolen by the AEW audience. And Tony Khan. But then now
Tony Khan tried, but it didn't happen. Everyone was hurt.
Yeah.
So technically it hasn't happened. So if WWE do it,
they're first.
They're first.
They get to go first. They get to vote first. Oh, the fact that their Meaty Men match didn't happen because Miro's going through some marital issues, not an injury. He's emotionally injured. It's really disheartening. I can see Tony going,
no, allowed to stay in the country, because technically his marriage is a sham. And his green card.
I don't believe he's green card anymore. He became a U.S. citizen some years back.
So he's.
I'm trying to deport people, Manny. I'm trying to deport people. You know what? There are Americans I willing to deport before some of these immigrants. Before I'm be honest, we can send all of these motherfuckers back. A lot of them.
I don't think there's any other news story. Off the top of my head.
Nah. If you want to talk about NFL quarterbacks, we can talk about Russell Wilson, Joe, and Eric Steelers, or we can talk about Aaron Rodgers running for vice president, or we can talk about my team that is staying sane in their quarterback situation.
Can we? You're talking about Aaron Rodgers, but we also need to talk about the fact that Jesse the Body Ventura,
yes,
going
that is wrestling related,
president with his running mate Aaron Rodgers.
Woo. I thought they were trying to work with Robert Kennedy Jr. I didn't think that was I think they were trying to go together. If they went together, then that'd be. They got my vote just to see what America turns into. And I swear, I want the news narrated by Jesse the Body Ventura's commentary, and he's just tossing shade at the other people. I'm just saying. Yeah, Manny, I was right. It's the Robert. They're going for Robert F. Kennedy, the independent in this race, who could get votes if people just stop giving a fuck. And I think people don't give a fuck anyway. Dark times in America.
Man, more than 4 plays for the Jets, which means this September 2024, on opening day for the Jets, Aaron Rodgers will play 5 plays.
Well, he will play 5 weeks, and then all of a sudden he's like, "Oh shit, we're really gonna win this vice president
5 weeks
because that's in November." 5 days, 5 plays. Oh shit, I think said days. I'm sorry.
No, 5 plays. He's gonna snap the ball 5 times. Realize the mistake he's made.
I realized he should have been hosting Jeopardy. Well, I still think your quarterback situation is better than Eric's when they brought in Russell Wilson. So good luck with that.
Russell, do you know what? Russell just needs to check his ego. That's all Russell needs to do. He needs to check his ego because he thinks he's too big. He wins 1 Super Bowl and he thinks he's the guy.
Manny, do you think he could check his ego? Do you think that's easy? If checking is going, I'm going to check my ego was so easy. Kanye West would be considered a sane person. It's not that easy. Just go, I'm going to check my ego. No, the ego's out of control.
Let's get into the show. Let's talk about AEW Dynamite. I don't actually like this new logo.
No, it blends in.
It blends in. It doesn't look right on our thing. We might have to go back to the old one.
I think we should just put the midweek war logo in the middle of here and just be like, we're done. That way you don't have to keep switching over logos. Because we know what we're talking about. It's the same 2 shows every week.
So a Mercedes actually pulls up, and then we go straight into it where the CEO chants are going off. The opening of Mercedes Moné's entrance sounds like Walter's old entrance.
It is.
Yeah. She starts talking on the mic. I forget how annoying I find her voice.
Oh man, he's good. I was waiting for this. Man was like, it was all safe in the world of wrestling and talking. Everybody's doing such a good job lately, and then Boston comes out.
Yeah, I don't like Boston. I think I just have a dislike to Boston.
It's okay, Manny. They're racist. It's not all of them. It's a race. It's been known to be a racist community. I'm sure they have problems with us.
So she says she'll be creating much more magic moments together. Claims the AEW fans are the reason she is there. Says wrestling has changed her life, giving her hope and a place to dream. She credits Eddie Guerrero for making her believe she can do this. Says she needs to be here. She wants to be here. AEW is the only place this revolution can be global. I don't know what that meant. And they are going to make that happen.
Confused.
Yeah. And then she went, fuck Tony Khan, and made Riho and Willow the main event tonight.
Yeah.
Because that wasn't on the running order.
She's like, what? You going to have me on here and I'm going to run in mid-show? No. You close the show with me. Ha. Ha! But with that being said, she comes out there, she does her whole routine. The CEO chants were going off due to, it being part of the song, and people were chanting it. People seemed happy to see her. Is she the big needle mover? Time will only tell. But I did notice one thing about the show, and I was waiting for it. Nothing changed about Dynamite. And what I mean by this, it's not with the quality of the show, is that we still just got one women's segment and match on the show.
Yeah, that. And I feel, do you know how they changed the presentation of AEW Dynamite like 2 weeks ago?
Yeah.
The way they brought back the heel and face tunnels.
Got rid of the rankings again.
They got the LED boards as a barricade now. I felt they should have saved it for this to make it feel a lot more bigger, a lot more like changes happening. Because Mercedes hyped up the crowd, but then also, who also hyped up the crowd, and I'm jumping ahead, is Will Ospreay, who I'm not going to buy the pay-per-view, but he kind of made me feel like I could.
Since we are jumping ahead, Manny, I want to say this about this encompass the whole episode of this Dynamite. And I'm going to use an old phrase that my mother taught me. They were showing their ass today. They were showing their ass. All their riches were on display. All of them. Here's Mercedes. Here's Ospreay. There's Kazuchika Okada. Jay White is killing the man. And again, and for Ross, even for Ross, you get Billy Gunn. So they showed their ass today. They showed every card they had except for Bryan Danielson, Edge, and whatever the House of Black are doing. But fuck them guys. They showed all of it. It was like, what do you mean I convinced you?
Seeing as we were in the Will Ospreay segment, what did you make of the promo?
Oh, I thought it was great. I thought it was passionate. I thought it had good energy to it. I believe he got everybody in the world hyped over this match between him and Bryan Danielson. And it'd be the first time in a long time where people are actually hyped for a Bryan Danielson match, not taking away any of his work. But who's giving a fuck who he's fought? Like Manny had brought up, he fought a wheelbarrow last night on Collision.
Yeah, it wasn't Bronson Reed. It was Shane Taylor.
And I said wheelbarrow. I meant to say just a barrel. I said wheelbarrow. Oh no, that's a weird shape too. If you think about it, it's actually a more accurate shape. It's actually a more accurate shape.
Do you know what's interesting? Actually, a new story did come out. Oh. So apparently, someone got a source of what WWE thought of Will Ospreay being on Dynamite and stuff.
Oh, this is bullshit, by the way. Oh, go ahead.
Triple H apparently knew he was a really good wrestler. He just didn't know he was that good of a star that could like lead the crowd, tell a story and stuff like that. And that's probably why they lowballed him.
Well, I wouldn't even say lowballed. It went like this. This is how the conversation went, Manny. I'll be honest. This is how it went. Will Ospreay is a free agent. We're talking to him. Cool. What Tony offer you? $4 million a year. Nah. It's no disrespect to Ospreay. Great wrestler, whatever. But how can I give you X amount of money and I have never seen you draw in the States? Personally, I've never seen what you can do. It's really tough. They'd be like, you're not AJ Styles. It's a gamble I would be willing to take, though. Yeah, you're not AJ Styles.
I would take Will. I would gamble on Will more than I would on Okada.
Yeah, I would too. But I'm not paying that money when I have all these other guys anyway. Where would he go into the card? And, it'd be more of a headache. And then he's young. I can get him younger and probably cheaper in a few years. And if he makes a name for himself and build AEW up, similar to i.e. Cody Rhodes or CM Punk, I offer you that money.
Yeah.
If I see what you can do. Same with all these people. MJF, he's lost value in 2023 before the quote-unquote bidding war of 2024 where he probably resigned.
He's lost value with just being away. So, I don't know when his time frame is. Huh?
I think he lost value on both. I think that devil stuff hurt him and the kangaroo kick, all that little era, and then him going missing. He's lost a lot of value.
No, him going missing has hurt him a lot more. I feel like the kangaroo kick, him being a face, it was actually a fun time in AEW till the devil storyline. till the Devil storyline.
Yeah,
I feel
yeah.
like MJF got ruined.
Harsh.
The Devil storyline, I feel like really took away from MJF.
Yeah, I probably went too hard on all the way back, but yeah, the Devil storyline was where he probably began to lose value. That's probably true. When around when Adam Cole got hurt.
Yeah. The first match of the night was the AEW World Heavyweight Championship match between Samoa Joe and Wardlow. Samoa Joe kicked off by saying he hasn't forgotten about the last time they were in the ring together, and he hasn't forgotten about the debts, and that needs to be paid. And then Adam Cole does his story time, basically talking about Wardlow handing him the title again in story form. And then Samoa Joe chokes out Wardlow. Swerve tries to make his way to ringside, but is kept away by referees and security.
Manny, can you jog my memory? Yeah, Wardlow's dead. Good, fine, whatever. Never believed he was winning a second. I'm glad we got this out the way early. Why was Swerve so angry last night? I didn't understand why he was angry at anything. At Joe.
I think it was the end. I think it was the end of the tag match, where it was Swerve and Joe versus can't remember who they went off again.
I forgot already.
And then Joe kind of just dropped Swerve at the end of it, and then just walked off.
Oh, did he? I don't even remember that.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, because I was confused. I'm like, why is he so angry? Why has he got a chain? Why is he beating up security guards? Yeah. Like my last memory of interaction with them was Joe cutting a promo talking about how they he was the best in the world, some shit. I don't really remember. To be honest, I don't remember that either. But the title means nothing right now anyway, so let's move on.
So we move into the Young Bucks, who say Okada joined the Elite because of synergy and 14 years of friendship. Okada says he's coming for the 3 in a trios match, and then forces Marvez to sing Happy Birthday to Matthew Jackson.
Happy birthday, Matthew Jackson. But so they come out, they do the 6-man. I enjoyed the flipping the coin from, I think it's Nick Jackson or Matt Jackson. And then they had it synced up well. With that being said, the 3 people they were fighting, I'm not wasting Okada on this. If Okada's a big deal, I'm not wasting him in this 6-man. I don't care. Why is he fighting Penta, Eddie Kingston, and Pac? I could care less about.
You're forgetting he was wasted on Saturday.
Yeah, I know. I had so much more to say. Was me ranting about Collision and how Okada had already been tossed aside by Pac. He got tossed up and beat up by Pac on Saturday. And I was like, oh, this guy isn't special. If you're trying to sell the American audience on Okada, you can't have him get beat up by a former cruiserweight champion and 205 Live bust, Adrian Neville. I'm just saying.
Yeah, who barely ever shows up.
Yeah, he has Rhea Ripley Roman Reigns schedule, but worse. Like, I'm assuming he's gone for another 5 months. Shit.
I don't think he's even got that. I think he's got like Titus or someone's level. Deanna Perez tells Tony Storm and Ryan Ray this isn't over. Suggests Tony should watch for the shoe as it's heading straight up her ass. I'm so scared. Jay White takes on Darby Allin. I thought this was actually a pretty good match. Jay White wins, and then Darby Allin's written off TV as the Bang Bang Club take him out, just so he can climb Mount Everest.
Manny, stop. They didn't beat Darby Allin up so he could not show up on TV. The man would have showed up with a broken ankle anyway. I don't think he was written off. They've been telling you he's going about. The man said last week he's going to die. On the last time, previously, when I saw Darby Allin, he was going to die. And I treated this match as the Darby Allin Memorial Invitational because it looked like he was going to die in this one. He did everything he would do. He had a big entrance. He came out dressed as the Invisible Man. He did a bunch of spots where he was killing himself. He's taped up. He's sweating through his fucking paint. Then he, in what I would call the, Manny, how about that dying moment of the week?
Which one? He fell multiple times.
No, it's the finish. This is the end. This is the end. When he goes for the coffin drop, and Jay White, who baited him in, if they're selling Jay White baited him in, I'm 100% for it, and completely just miss and go straight down to only get the Jay White to pin him moments later. Yeah, Blade Runner.
Yeah.
I thought it was fine. Again, I always enjoyed Darby Allin, but I'm so sick of watching this man kill himself, and he doesn't have to die in Mount Everest. I was hoping when they broke his ankle that later in the show, Darby Allin's ankle is broke. He is no longer climbing Mount Everest now due to this injury, which would be a good way to get out of this. Because I would like to think that he went, maybe I shouldn't be doing this. I'm hot right now. Maybe I should do it when my career is kind of cold.
So the Acclaim's Max Caster got himself in a little bit of hot water with a tweet, which I'm not sure if he's deleted now. But if you recall, Mr. Sammy Guevara had some issues with a young Sasha Banks on a podcast where he said some despicable things. Well, Max Caster decided to say he's a Sammy Guevara guy, like a fucking idiot.
What?
It appears like he's trying to get himself fired. The way he went about it.
Yeah, who do you think he is? Kevin Kelly? Oh, okay. So is that why they broke up this week? This week abruptly is because of this tweet?
No, I don't think it's about the tweet. I think that I feel like they're leading to something.
Well,
maybe have merge the trios titles because you don't need two pairs of those.
No, you don't. I'm going back into this attack, Manny, because I want to talk about the craziness of this attack. Of Darby Allin before we go further, the Bang Bang Gang and all that. One, how dare the Acclaim act like they don't know who they've been dealing with? They know who they've been fucking with. These guys have been despicable people since they showed up. So to all of a sudden get a conscience of, oh, they're that despicable is outrageous. Two, how could the Acclaim save Darby Allin and then drop him in the back, just drop him on the stage as soon as they see Billy Gunn throwing heads? Just no medical, like, let me lay him down. They just dropped him. They just went splat. Three, it's kind of crazy to turn on your daddy twice within 1 year. Right?
To be fair, he worked out on them.
But twice. I want to say it may be more. Twice. It may be more than 1 year, but I feel like it's been 1 year since they turned on Billy Gunn and then they turned on him again. It's kind of crazy. I feel like that's going too far. Three, shout out for people who say, you kind of finished till the job is done. The Bang Bang Gang said, we're finishing breaking Darby Allin's leg in the most unphysically possible way possible with the bat to the chair. I don't know how that breaks his leg, but I'm going with wrestling. That they were committed to doing that tonight. This seemed insane to me for no reason.
The next match you can talk about, because I could not care less about it, it was Chris Jericho and Hook versus the Gates. The broken gates of agony. Trash.
Man, I have one thing to say about this before we go into, I'm going to just say, I second your opinion on trash. But it left my brain wondering. So the Gates of Agony came out in full robe as if this was a pay-per-view. I'm assuming this is the closest they think they will ever get to a pay-per-view. And it made me sad. It made me sad. And it showed they had full garb. They've never worn this shit before. That's what some people say for like pay-per-views, like, oh shit. But they were like, big business is the closest thing we get to pay-per-view. I was like, that's really sad for you guys. The authors of pain too. Moving on to Master's Trash.
All I can say is Hook gets the win and Jericho continues to attach himself to anything young to make him relevant, keep him relevant.
Yeah. I'm going to say pass. He's going to fight Hook next week in another match. I don't care what Jericho's doing. Can we just, if I could give one note to Tony Khan in his recent booking ways, just get Jericho off your TV, man. You don't need him. Don't need him. Just pass.
No, Eric, stay away.
Stay away.
Stay away.
We may add you to the end of the show or NXT, but we're not going on. We're not going long.
I just want to say one thing. I did feel sorry for the Brothers of Agony. They did dress up like
Brothers of Agony.
Brothers of Agony.
They were really, man. I looked at them and I was like, man, they really think they're fighting somebody. This is probably the biggest match they ever had, fighting the Lionheart Chris Jericho and Hook. It was like they went to the Hobby Lobby and put shit together. It was like, damn it, I'm gonna make this. They had an arts and crafts. That's all I want to say. I mean, it was. I felt bad for them, man. And
I was like, you guys are jokes. You guys are just a butcher and the blade.
And the sad part about it,
that's what. No, the butcher and the blade at least were on TV more.
Yeah, and I've seen the butcher and the blade actually win. You know how bad the Agonies are paid, or whatever they call themselves.
The Brothers of Agony. That's what I'm gonna call them, man.
Agony.
I know how bad it is. They lost Prince Nada and Swerve. Nada didn't come out with them.
No, well,
remember he's a part of the mogul industry.
Even Cage didn't come out with them.
No,
Brian Cage didn't even come out with them.
No, these guys are by themselves.
I really like the outfit on the left, though. I don't know why, but I was like,
just get over it.
I was
just
like,
not meant for TV.
Not meant for a Jericho whoever he Hook match, and then to try to sell me to come back next week to watch Hook versus Chris Jericho. Fuck that shit.
Yeah, fuck that. Pass.
That's all I had.
Why aren't you at work?
I had explosive diarrhea this morning. If you wanted to know, just fell out my ass. Explosive. Yeah, man.
Explosive, Eric. What did you eat?
Yeah,
I had soup.
Taco Bell.
I know I had soup.
I tell you, don't fuck with soup.
No, it's chicken noodle soup, and you know, I hooked myself up to my machine, and then at 3:00, I said, "Oh, my stomach is hurting."
Open up the gates of agony,
bro. And so, you know, at 3 a.m, I'm like, okay, it's just a stomach ache. It's a stomach ache. Then at 3:20, I said, "Oh no, it's not." And I hopped on the toilet, and next thing I know, the Gates of Agony, the Brothers of Agony, and everybody came out on that toilet.
The Brothers of Destruction.
The Brothers of Destruction.
It was a meaty battle roll in that bowl, man. It was bad. It was Road Warriors, the Rockers. It was Duke the Dumpster Drozy. It was all Marcus. It was an atom bomb. It was all of it. Shit, I felt like the Repo Man came and took my soul out from inside.
Whew.
So at what point were you holding your stomach, tapping out? Because that's the real one. But when you know it's that bad, you're like, oh.
No. That's not the limit. That's when you start praying to God.
I couldn't
God, what did I do?
I couldn't tap out, and I'm sorry, people. I have derailed the show because you know how I was sweating, and I felt that I had to keep my hand over my mouth because I felt that I was going to double toot, and I didn't need that in my life because that's the worst thing ever. As of right now, everything is staying down, so I'm okay. But
I'm glad you're in stable condition.
But the Gates of Agony was bad, man. It was bad.
Let's move on through the show, Eric. We'll get your thoughts at the end as we push through this show.
I'll just be quiet and stay here and listen.
So Riho takes Kyle O'Reilly's now on his own apparently, and he set his sights on the bounty hunter like Brian Keith.
I believe everybody has put their hands on Brian Keith, and I believe Brian Keith needs to go home. At this point, he's got his ass whooped by every single person in that locker room. Just go home. And to quote Ryan, Kyle O'Reilly is the most uncharismatic wrestler in the history of wrestling, and Roddy Strong has passed him up. And I have to agree with him.
No, don't even. Roddy Strong is not entertaining at all.
No.
He removed the pervert mustache this week. He removed the pervert mustache because he didn't want to appear on a list. But Roderick Strong is not entertaining one bit.
Hold on. Benny, give me a moment on the microphone when Kyle O'Reilly was actually good. And I can give you one Roderick Strong moment when he was actually good. When he was screaming at him and had the whole world screaming at him. The whole world was screaming at him at one point. He had one catchphrase. Now, it's in the toilet now, but Kyle has never had that. Kyle is a better wrestler. Kyle's cool. Cool Kyle was horrible.
Cool Kyle, and when he came out, and he was just air guitar in that NXT tag team title.
I just want to say that I agree with Marcus. Kyle O'Reilly ain't nothing. It's nothing like when the man is talking about how he couldn't pick up his kid and he couldn't do anything, and I just wasn't moved by it. I was like, get this fool off my camera. I don't care about this.
You're an asshole. That's why you're not moved by it.
No. You gotta move me. You can't just say it. I gotta believe you felt that.
Everybody who jumped from NXT when Tony signed, they're at the bottom of the rung now. No one cares about Adam Cole. No one cares about Kyle O'Reilly. Bobby Fish got let go. No one even cared. Roderick Strong, he got glasses on. They're dead. They're dead.
It's so sad. He hasn't got he hasn't got the international title. He's got glasses on.
Yeah, no, he just got glasses.
That title doesn't mean anything until Orange Cassidy has it. That's the only time that title means anything.
I'm going to second that comment. Because I forgot he had that title too. Because when Manny said he has that belt, I went, oh shit, he is the champ. But I will say this, and this is as me being a Kyle O'Reilly fan, one of my top 10 favorite wrestlers in the game before he went out, just as a wrestler, but not as not on the microphone. I don't need him.
Apollo Crews got more charisma than him.
And then the Mercedes Mone main event of the night, Riho versus Willow Nightingale. I really enjoyed this. I mean, there was a lot of AEW fans pretending to care about women's wrestling last night, but
they faking. They're faking. They just want their Tony Storm and continue to go on.
But Willow won this match, but it was actually really Riho. I don't know what she's done, but she looked a little bit more credible than just being that tiny woman.
She gained some weight.
Thrown.
She gained some weight.
No. You see, not talking to the end. You gotta wait to the end, Eric. You gotta wait to the end. I'm sorry. Riho was still Riho, and I didn't believe a single shit she did.
No, I believe it a little bit. I feel like Willow played the power game. It was small versus big. I felt it this week. I felt it.
No, it at one point she does this drop kick to Willow, and Willow takes the drop kick, realizes that she did get hit by the drop kick, and then proceeds to stumble really badly into the corner trying to sell said drop kick. It was a horrible sell job, and I hated it. I wish Willow would have just put it to the ring. With that being said, I did enjoy the match. However, I have one critique. I have a critique.
What's your critique?
My critique goes back to AEW acting like Willow beat. I don't think they should not have told us that Willow beat the shit out of their new Mercedes Mone already. Oh, she got beat in New Japan. Oh yeah, this is the woman that beat her. Oh, how is she a big sighting then? And what the hell's Willow been doing since then? It just brought too much to light, and that's my nitpick of the week. It just brings too many questions of what the fuck was real. Yeah.
My nitpick is when the lights went out and I was like, oh, something big's going to happen because it's big business. No, it's Julia Hart and fucking Sky Blue going for an attack.
How did you fall for that? I know it was Julia as soon as the lights went out. I was like, oh, Julia Hart.
I was going on big business. I wasn't really given any big business.
You got some big business. I thought she was out of line.
We knew Mercedes Mone was coming. That's not big business.
Yeah. She was already here. I knew she was coming out the end because this wouldn't be the main event unless she was coming out the end. Oh, with that being said,
she took her time. She was almost Jeff Hardying it to do the same.
No, she Jeff Hardyed it. She Jeff Hardyed the hell out of this because I would have hit Willow so hard in the head with that belt. I would have knocked the shit out of her. No, you know what the biggest crime of the save is? And I'm going to tell you this right now. I bet you it fell under you guys and you didn't even notice. She switched outfits. I don't know why she decided to put on. She decided to all of a sudden become a Saiyan. She switched outfits in the middle of the night. She had nothing else to do.
Well, it's just
like supposed to be that she'd be more agile getting into the ring, but she took her time to get into the ring.
How did she know she was getting back into the ring tonight? She could have took her ass home.
It's just like her friends had disguises on so they can go watch her. Tamina, Bailey, and Trinity. You know, dressed up to go see.
I fully believe Tamina was only getting dressed to rob a bank. I don't feel Tamina was going. Tamina got lied to. They was like, we need disguises. Tamina was going to go rob a bank.
Now, Eric, this is a moment for you. Before we give you the floor about your Mercedes opinion, I thought they would have made an excellent cast for Set It Off Part 2. I'm just saying, you put it straight to Tubi. I'm down with Tamina.
Why you gonna put it on Tubi?
I'm talking. No one's paying to see Tamina, Bailey, Trinity, and Sasha in any other movie unless it's on Tubi. I'm just saying. Set It Off 2 or 3.
Sasha would be Jada Pickett's win. She would be Jada. So my takeaway is that first of all, it's a tragedy that they had Willow on their roster, who is one of the better female wrestlers that they have on there, and she hasn't been on TV since now. Like the fact that
she's been on TV. Hold on.
She's been on TV a lot.
She's been on a lot on Collision.
Oh, Collision. Okay, I'm not a collider, so I did not know. So I
stand
corrected.
And a few episodes of Dynamite with Chris Statlander and
who decided not to make the save.
According to Levi, they said that they were attacked in the back. I don't know when that happened. I don't recall that happening, but he watches more than I do.
That didn't happen. They may have just said that. I didn't see it happen.
Number 2. Nice way of destroying your secondary title, TBS, because Mercedes Moné got in there and whipped both Sky Blue's ass and Julia Hart's ass without any effort at all.
Eric, be real. You know that title ain't real.
It ain't been shit since Jade Cargill left.
The real champion is gone and posing for the WWE. Not wrestling or doing anything, posing in WWE.
But Marcus, what Eric just said,
more meaningful.
What Eric just said, if that happened in WWE, they would have said Sasha Banks buried the TBS title. That's what would have been said.
That would have been the narrative.
And that would have been the narrative. No one said shit about it because it's AEW.
And as I told Marcus,
the TBS title's on the same rank as EO title at this point.
But as I told Marcus, no, EO was told on Raw, don't come here again. Rhea let her know. She put her on notice, and then EO showed up again this week. But still, it's the principle of the situation. She let her know. But I just think that it's nice that they put the women in the main event, but the thing is, can this be sustainable? Like, I felt when I saw Mercedes, I felt a lot of Philip. I felt a lot of Phil. There was a lot of Phil Brooks going on. Like, Tony's giving her the moon, and she has the same exact personality as Phil. So, good luck.
You know what? I'm not gonna. I was agreeing with you about the whole. She had the same personality as Phil, and then I thought about it. Phil ain't got nobody on Instagram trying to go see him. Phil ain't got no friends, Eric. No one on the planet like Phil. No one like Phil. Maybe Kofi Kingston.
FTR like Phil.
FTR did like Phil. You're right.
I also saw the picture of Phil at NXT taking notes. I don't know what Phil is doing, but actually,
that shot. Michael's man trying to enjoy NXT incognito.
Honestly, let me tell you,
take pictures of him.
That man just looking at.
Phil did something that I never thought Phil could ever do, and he didn't even mean to do this. He made Drew McIntyre relevant, and I appreciate him for doing that because Drew was not doing anything, but his hating on Phil.
The needle before CM Punk.
But I think once he became a hater, it took it to a whole nother level.
Drew started to turn it around when he started that whole gimmick of I'm going to speak the truth of what's happening and all the logic behind it. So he was the heel making sense of the bullshit that's going on around him. I feel that was a turning point for Drew. Like, that's what, like, okay, Drew's got something.
Wait a minute. Manny, I have a question for you. Where's Drew from? Where's Drew from for you? Oh, okay. Just checking because you say you claim him when he's a champion or when he's good.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, are you claiming Drew right now for London, the United Kingdom?
Marcus, God forbid Tegan Knox from Wales does anything with her career. If she holds a championship,
and with them knees,
I will say she's from the United Kingdom. I will say she's British.
I'm just saying. You got made. You defended Drew a little hard, as if Eric was attacking a countryman. I'm saying Phil was made relevant by him. With that being said,
I just feel like Kyle O'Reilly's personality is stronger than Tegan Knox's knees. This is bad.
Well, I would take Ava over Kyle O'Reilly's personality this week, and I'm not hesitating. I'm not hesitating. Not.
All right, let's move into NXT. I want to gloss over the LWO versus OTM match. I feel like that's on par with Jero Hook and the Gates of.
No! This was a much better match, Manny. And I want to say this: I'm giving NXT a strike for this one right off the jump. Because I would like to talk to the doctors in the back, and I would like to drug test Joaquin Wilds for every dime he does, because it's getting ridiculous. Now he's jumping off people's back. He's unstoppable. He looks like he's in his 20s again. I don't know what's going on with him.
Me and him, we have a butthole explosion in common, so I understand what that does, man. It makes you, brings you back to life.
Remind me at the end of the show. I have a question for you, and just remind me of that.
Okay.
I'm glad you
You've
talked about
you
butthole.
reminded me of something from my youth as well, which I will need to bring up at some point.
So remind us, Eric, Eric, remind us about your butthole at the end of the show.
I shall. Because you know why? Because I can't interrupt anything else because I haven't watched NXT. I was going to do it after you guys finish your show.
Okay, so you're going to be in a pleasant surprise on how insane this show was.
No, I saw the
Insanity.
ending. I saw it with Lashley.
No. So
Show made no sense.
Roxanne Perez is done being happy-go-lucky. She's tired of being looked over. She's done it all in NXT. She's annoyed with Lyra for not offering her a rematch after Lola and Tatum decided to get involved in their previous match. Only way she was going to get what she wanted was breaking the rules and doing it her way. She tells Ava to come on out there and vacate the title and give it to her. Ava states her facts. However, Tatum tries to attack Roxanne and then, proving that she is also a bad GM and still doesn't have control of what's going on in NXT, just decides to yell, Tatum, stop it! Tatum, stop it! Stop it, Tatum! That's what happened.
Manny, you described this as a wrestling segment with people using words and thoughts. And like it was something to be seen.
Bubbles going up there, just bubbles.
But I would have been better reading this. Like your reading is better than what actually happened. Roxanne goes very uncharismatically without
when you didn't cheer for me.
It was absolutely horrible. She was there for like 3 hours. And then the end of her promo, she calls out Ava. That doubles down on the lack of charisma in this segment. It was horrible. It was absolutely horrible. This was one of the worst segments I've ever seen on NXT. This is horrible.
I need to thank Tatum Paxley for actually saving the segment because this was terrible.
You know, if Kyle O'Reilly if this was reversed and I saw Kyle O'Reilly's promo with Renee first, I would say, damn, that man was charismatic compared to this. It was like looking at The Rock out there compared to this.
Tony D's in the restaurant. He's having dinner with his family. We learned that Trick was in on the plan last week to have the music played and then turn up. Dragunov just shows up. So Tony D goes, do you know what? Fuck you. I'm going to abduct you for turning up into my restaurant unannounced.
I've heard about this.
Yeah, so Dragunov is the most, you know, for a man that got kidnapped in a nice suit that he was wearing, the suit was still intact at the bridge, and I was unhappy about that.
Isn't that the same bridge that Two Dives was thrown off of?
Yes, I was about to get into that. I was like, being taken to the bridge where Two Dives is at, I will be very concerned for my life. Although Dragunov, since he lives in a shoebox, probably was about to jump anyway.
Can't make a suicide joke.
Oh, I'm sorry. If you hold on, let me add this at the end of the suicide joke. If you do think about committing suicide, please call somebody right away at the hotline right away. Suicide is not something to be joked about. With that being said, he would have jumped.
Tony D warns Dragunov that he could end him with a snap of his fingers, but it's all about the NXT title.
This murderer is just still running loose. He's gonna kill him. Snap of the finger down. Oh, we can put a hit on you and you don't get your title shot.
And do you know what? We should be furious with you, Eric, for turning up on the show not watching NXT, because you can't answer the question, did we get the good Lexus King or the bad Lexus King?
I will have an answer for you on Saturday.
My vote goes bad.
Oh, no, man. Lexus could be. Well, actually, he was good last week for me. So, yeah, this is usually a bad week for him. This is usually a bad week. So
he was not even, to me, he wasn't even in the segment. He was almost invisible because I was more distracted in watching, the return of Robbie E to singles competition. In a very horrible match. And then Von Wagner comes out, and another person that has no charisma. This is horrible. Cody Rhodes is on Raw. Monday Night Raw is bad for every other show that's on TV because you'll get Drew, you'll get Cody, you may get Sammy and Chad, and you get all these people who you like to hear from. And then you come to AEW and NXT and you just go, oh, there's levels to this. Shout out to Will Ospreay, by the way, for keeping it alive.
I'm disappointed with you, Marcus, that you brought up all the people who had an impact on Raw, but you didn't bring up that old bland chicken heifer who was chewing her out. I mean, bitch.
She went for Christian.
I liked what Candice did.
She beat him with words, Eric. She hurt him with words. She hurt him with words.
Don't you try that shit on me? What you doing doing that shit?
She made her quit with words.
Yeah, Eric, imagine someone cussing you out at your job. You quit and walk away, and then right before you leave, you get booted in the face by security.
Hey, let me tell you something right now.
That's what happened, and it's funny.
I wish a motherfucker would try to make me quit with some words. I'll give him some words back. Anyway.
I don't want
in words, would you say?
I don't want to bring up old shit, but I believe you've quit multiple times on this show, and we've had to have off-air discussions.
Yes, my feelings have been hurt.
You have been Maxine the Breed.
You've been Maxine the Breed.
It took a toll on me, having my titles change, having, questioning my format choices. Yes, I cried, but I've been made stronger.
Yeah, but you didn't get a book from Chantel on your way out your bedroom.
You don't know what type of shit Chantel be doing.
I don't think it's worse way to get quit. I'm sorry that we have left NXT land to go back to Raw land, but it's get booted in your face when you quit. It's the worst feeling in the world.
Obafemi takes on Brooks Jensen. Dijak issues a challenge to Obafemi before the match. I've lost respect for Obafemi. Yeah? This match went 9 minutes too long. Obafemi should have destroyed Brooks Jensen. He struggled with Brooks Jensen and then tried to style it out in the last minute by going, I can take my time.
Manny, I don't know what match you saw. I saw a man get his ass whooped for about 10 minutes. Obafemi whooped his ass. But
10 minutes too long? 10 minutes too long? Who's he thinking is a lion playing with his food?
Yeah, I have commentary for this match, Manny. We are all aware that Phil Brooks was at ringside for this match at the NXT arena.
So you're trying to say he's showing off to Phil Brooks?
Hold on. No, I'm not saying that. I am saying Phil Brooks is now seeing Rocky 3, and that's what they were doing out there. As Apollo was getting his ass getting that work from Rocky 4? When Apollo's getting that work
wait, so you're trying to say Obafemi is Ivan Drago?
Ivan Drago, Black Ivan Drago, as Briggs is Rocky, watching Jensen getting the business from him. That's what we saw out there.
Marcus, I smell what you cooking, brother.
Yes, and they showed him the Phil. Phil's just seen Rocky 3. He's on the 4. He's going through it. He's getting ready for Philadelphia.
Gigi Dolan took on Ariana Grace.
Match of the year.
Your thumbnails have me interested in this match. I can't wait. I ain't never seen women with multiple crotch shots. I don't even know if that's a thing.
The match wasn't even that bad to begin with. Then this happened. This happened, and then I was like, why would this happen?
The match that confused. This is the plot twist, and men watching wrestling have been confused for years, and this is nothing more confusing than what happened at the end of this match. Like you said, they were actually having a solid match. I had low expectations for this, very low, and then I was like, this isn't that bad. And then it ends like this with a double crotch shot, DQ, and now Gigi Dolan has to go to beauty school or whatever the hell area.
Yeah, she has to have a makeover.
Yeah, so. I am now, consider me now 1,000% intrigued. I was 100% against this, and now I had never seen that like this. And I'm going to say this right now, still don't know the answer. If you kick a woman in her private areas, does it cause this reaction? Does it cause that reaction from both of them? Her eyes popped out of her head.
I believe it hurts.
Manny, have you crossed
going by the Gigi Dolan tweet, apparently it does hurt.
Eric, you being in sole possession of a wife.
I've never kicked in her crotch. I'm not trying to do that.
I'm just saying you can ask her. You can ask her.
Marcus, I don't think Shantae's ever been kicked in the crotch either.
Yeah,
Marcus, but if he tries it, he's gonna get booted in the face.
On the way out the road. So yeah, double crotch finish. When I said, Sean back on that shit. Sean's back on that shit.
Well, you knew he was on that shit when he gave control to Ava. Shit.
High out of his mind, his office these days. Hanging around the medical office.
Marcus's Nubian princess, Sol Ruka,
breaks
a potential brawl between Lola Vice and Carmen.
Yes.
And then the person I started to grow to hate, the ball of positivity, Brinley, whatever, the one that's hanging around Malik and Idris, fucking annoying. I hate people like that. Just balls of positivity, try to fade away your negativity. Fuck off.
I don't appreciate two black men trying to control a white woman. They gonna end up in jail. And Soul Roka knew it. Soul Roka was ashamed of them. I can see it in her eyes how they champion their new Snow Bunny. She was upset. What's wrong with Soul? What's wrong with Soul Roka, a black woman, right there in front of him? If Lash and Trick can find each other and find black love, why can't Idris and what you call? I'm calling Dr. Umar. I'm calling Dr. Umar.
Why does it have to be black love? It could just be love, Marcus. Don't put a color on it. Just make it love.
I'll put a color on it when they're taking care of that white woman, Eric. If you see NXT, they're taking care of that white woman. They're going to jail. They're going to jail.
So from one black woman to another black woman, Kiana James and Izzy Dame come out. They're supposed to be taking on Thea Hale and Kalani Jordan, but Kalani's attacked in the back. So Fallon Henley comes running out.
The Are They Black Classic, as I like to call this match.
Kiana James and Fallon Henley were dressed as if they were still just a tag team.
Yes. Yeah. What do I say? What more can I say about this other than JC and them came out there, spit more hate. Thea and them lose.
Do you know what? There's too much Thea Hale on NXT.
It is way too much.
It needs to stop.
I didn't even understand the end of the segment. She's like, I'm going back to the old Thea Hale. And I'm like, you changed? You better change your outfit once. You haven't actually changed it, do anything.
Casey wanted her to be a baddie, but that Riley guy wants the goofy Thea Hale.
Yeah, I guess. Whatever. This was a stupid segment. I hated this too. Only thing I got for this was the tease of Toxic coming back because JC is really acting really toxic lately. So maybe we're getting toxic attraction.
No more Catch Crew stuff happened. The Good Brothers won the NXT Tag Team titles. They said stuff, other stuff too. I didn't.
They did what?
Yeah, the Good Brothers talked this week, and God mercy, those guys being not worth anything. If they disappear tomorrow,
on this, Marcus.
Who? The payroll. Fire him. Give that money to Ospreay as a bonus or something.
What was the point of Sean Spears versus Ridge Holland? I just don't get it.
I mean, that's like asking what's the point of Sean Spears in general.
That's like what's the point of asking why you give Kyle O'Reilly a live microphone?
Sean Spears was put through a table and then still managed to win this match.
Yeah, because Ridge is going with, I don't want to hurt nobody. I just want to party. I don't know what he's doing. Just moving on.
No, that referee is stupid because he put him through a table, then he grabbed the chair, and then he decides, you know what, you went too far with this chair.
That's true. Poor fish.
You put him through an announce table. Referee's a fool.
Yeah, I was against the referee. I'm always against when they take the chair from him. Like, what? When are you the other 300 times when someone does stuff like this? You just normally call for the DQ.
Yeah. Trick Williams says he sat back for 2 years watching Melo succeed with a smile on his face because that's what brothers do. Watching him succeed made him want to step up his game and put in the extra work. Melo told the truth one time. They are not on the same level, and he agrees that they're not on the same level. He doesn't care if he has to put Timberland boots on, stand on a step stool with a ludicrous afro. You still will never be on the same level as Trick William with your punk ass.
Yeah, your punk ass.
He wants Melo at stand and deliver. The metaphor come out. Noam says he deserved to get smashed up by Melo. Noam came to steal the hype, and then they attempt to jump. Trick kisses Lash Legend. Did you pay attention to Oro Mensah when he got thrown out of the ring? Because the man did some incredible flip on the way out.
Yeah. I thought he died. I thought he got that Dominic Mysterio powerbomb to the outside where he got thrown out.
He kept rotating as he went out.
Yeah, I was like, what? He's dead. Like, he spent so many times. He basically just did a dive. I didn't understand most of the segment. and don't know why it happened. Where the confrontations between Melo and Trick, I don't know why metaphor is involved.
Yeah,
Or what's going on with Lash and Trick. I didn't understand any of this and was like, why did we go this route?
I mean, she raped
NXT
Trick, man. She raped him.
Who raped him? No, he put his mouth on her.
No. If you go back and watch the footage, he twirls her and he dips her, but then she brings his face closer to his. She kissed
I don't believe
him.
that's considered rape. Oh, okay. Well, in the
No,
PC,
I believe that's considered what's it? An agreement at that point. Because she's not being forced to do it, and he's not being forced to do it. So it's two adults mutually consenting.
This is consent. But I don't understand why that was the end of NXT and why I have to know that Lash and Trick or her thing, or what does that have to do with Melo or whatnot.
If from the part that I think it's just about trying to get Noam to that next level, to move him out of that heritage. So they're trying to put him in a big play with Trick, and I guess Trick beating up
Trick
Norm.
probably just needs someone to beat before Melo.
Yeah,
and then how many days away from Stand and Deliver? Like 30.
And then if you look at Noam, he's about the same size as Melo, so you kind of can work out, a good match structure.
He's a lot smaller than Melo.
I don't know.
No, I think they're the same height.
Yeah, I think they were the same height.
I feel like Melo got him just a little bit.
No, I don't think so. But I think from this segment that I did see, crowd is fully behind Trick. I don't know if it's just because it's a small arena, but Trick is over. Like, this is like Braun Breaker level Trick. Like, I hope they don't mess this up.
Well, it was even that time when Trick showed up on, was it SmackDown? He got that good reaction. Yeah, people like Trick. He
got a look.
He got a look. It's the energy. He's a young Booker T, essentially.
That's probably why Booker T be loving him some Trick.
But although I would like to see Booker T be Roxanne Perez's manager and do all the talking for her and just be evil. I don't see why that's not a thing.
Because his knees don't bend.
Yeah, AEW wins the week. Or not the week, but the
no, Raw wins the week for me.
No, Raw wins. Raw wins. AEW wins the midweek war though over NXT. That's what I was getting.
Yeah.
Ross is fiery.
I haven't seen NXT, but I think Will Ospreay's passion and his thing, like right then and there, I was like, "Fuck, they got a star." Like, because I would be in the same position as Triple H. Like, I know for the matches that he has and whatnot, but as for him being able to cut a promo that passionate and sell me on the match, like I was like, "Hey, give me my money for this one," because it's been a long time since you've seen Bryan Danielson be in a meaningful match. So I was excited for it.
Eric, you would not be watching that match, right?
I don't know.
You're not. You're going to be in Vegas that weekend anyway.
I don't know why you're trying to fool the audience.
Wait, you're going to be in Vegas. It's the same weekend.
I'm not going to watch. Well, if I'm in the room with you guys, I'll watch it.
No, you won't. Because we're not going to be in the room. We'll be on the road back.
Oh.
It's pay-per-view.
You act like you ain't never
stole much things in the desert? No.
Yeah.
No, we won't be home. There's no way I can steal it in the car. Okay. Or look for a other means to watch it. I'm saying, not steal. We don't do that around here.
So we've fully wrapped up today's wrestling. Now back to your booty hole, Eric.
Marcus, is that the question that Marcus had for me?
No, I'll let Manny booty hole question go first.
All
My
right.
booty hole question is an important question that I just learned before the show started.
So I was on a biology field trip once upon a time, and we had some international students. They weren't used to British weather and British food, and one of them got what the teacher labeled chronic diarrhea.
Named after the tag team Chronic from WCW. I get it.
You've already said explosive, but the teacher told us stupid teenagers chronic diarrhea. Diagrams were drawn.
Jesus.
The chronic was able to force downwards to push the lady up. Are you experiencing any push up?
Wait, what?
There's so much chronic diarrhea that
he's elevating. He's elevating.
He's propelling her upwards.
Can I tell you something though, Manny? To me, that's more of explosive diarrhea than chronic. Because chronic diarrhea means that, I just sit on the toilet. Oh fuck, I got to sit back down again. I would not call that chronic diarrhea. I would call that explosive because I felt that same way when I dealt with it. Like when I let it out, I jumped up because that's I I didn't want the ricochet of it. I didn't want the ricochet because it was
Okay.
a lot.
Oh, okay.
And then
You see that video of Ricochet doing that flip for those people?
Yeah.
For no reason.
And then
For
of
no
course,
reason.
I had to
That's
look
like
at it.
was on the toilet.
I had to look at it and make sure that it wasn't, you know, any blood in there. Oh, I can never get that out. It looked like DNA. That's what it looked like.
Oh, come on. We didn't need
DNA
descriptions.
in that. What are you talking about? There is DNA in that.
No, but you know, like when you look at a microscope and you see like the circles where the particles are split and shit. I was like,
disgusting.
I was like,
why are you so much detail?
You asked the question.
Manny, cut the commercial. Cut the commercial, man. Cut the commercial. Go to one of the ads. Anyway.
Meet Marcus. You may know him from the Untitled Manny.
Can't even play them because the store doesn't exist anymore.
It's $30. God damn it!
I wasn't even thinking about that. So Eric, my random booty hole question has nothing to do with the booty hole at all. Before we started the show, we were looking for news for the anything happened. I ran across a news story. James McAvoy injured his back in sex orgy.
Oh yeah, for an orgy. I saw that. I saw that.
Yeah, I got a question.
Uh-huh.
Does the orgy stop because James McAvoy got hurt, or do you guys continue the orgy like nothing happened?
Hey, so the thing is, he said he hurt his back. He didn't say he stopped fucking. He probably.
You hurt your back. You done.
No.
You gotta come out and say,
Marcus. He fucked through the injury. He was fucking. He was pumping, but he knew post game. He was like, I ain't gonna be the same. I ain't gonna be the same.
Just put me on my back. Just lay me on my back.
Yeah.
Continue. All right.
Yeah.
Now, Eric, the second question is, I said this to Manny, and I said the bravest person in the world is the person who has an orgy at their own house. Do you think that's true?
I believe that an orgy should take place in a nondescript location. It should never take place in your home.
It should be in an Airbnb or you rented something out. You should not have it in your house.
Can I also say, I don't even think it should be in an Airbnb. If you do an orgy, it should be in a suite of a hotel. Should be a suite of a hotel. That way, where the cleaning ladies have to come in, like, what the fuck happened in here?
You're just shaking your head. Oh no!
There's semen everywhere.
There's semen everywhere, and hopefully, the only bodily fluid you see is semen. That could be a lot more. It could be a lot more.
So I know
it smells horrible on the whole floor.
I know this is like a bad transition, but apparently Shantae was telling me that her sister want to confirm the name of our show because I guess she's promoting it because apparently her personal trainer has heard of the Sharpshooters and because he's a wrestling fan and he was familiar with the term Sharpie wife. And I was just shocked by that.
Ooh, what?
Yeah, I was like, what? Like, yeah, it's crazy.
We back.
So shout out to Alexis Trader if you listen to this show.
This is not Alexis King we're talking about, right?
No, because I don't know if he had a good week or a bad week. You guys said bad week, but I might feel different about it.
I thought NXT just had a bad show other than the double nut shot. But.
Well, the think about it, when I saw that everybody was just talking about Lash and Trick kissing, and then I finally watched the segment, I was like, this is so out of context. It doesn't make any sense. How does it even affect him and Mello? It just doesn't.
It just makes Trick more like
rough.
Yeah. Maybe Lash is going to the main roster and team up with the other black woman to take out the Kabuki Warriors.
Them bitches is crazy, man. They out there just running rep shot. Go ahead, Kabuki. Get your Kabuki on.
Yeah, do you think it's unfair that Bailey's only shot in getting that title is depending on if the black women unite to take down the Japanese women?
Marcus, we didn't really talk as much as I wanted to on Saturday about this, but yeah, that's a damn shame because Bianca won't nothing to do with Bailey. Even if it means she don't get on WrestleMania.
Talk about this. You're the one that didn't bring it up.
I forgot.
We spoke about this more before the show than anything.
Yeah, but the thing about it, even if Bianca she would not care about making WrestleMania if it been helping Bailey because You don't know what she put us through, and she would have did the same to you.
She would have did the same to you. I swear. She would have.
The funniest thing about it, Shantae, when she saw Mercedes Moné debut, she was like, "Oh, she get her hair the same place Naomi does." I was like, "Yeah."
No, how dare she? Naomi gets her place where Sasha or Mercedes got her hair done. Mercedes was doing it first in Japan. and stuff in that tour. That's when this hair and letters and names and colors all came in there.
I feel like Mercedes needs to stop putting all that shit on her face. Makes her look old.
Yeah.
But it did look like
she overdoes the makeup. She does overdo the makeup.
I think because she has bad skin. But it did look like she put on some weight. Like she looked a little bit more solid, which might help her not get injured.
No, she couldn't get injured. She's dainty.
Hey.
Oh, do you want to join the bet? Over or under?
Does anybody know
over
where
under?
Soraya's at?
Yeah, she's apparently shows up. She's involved with the Ruby Soho, Soraya's brother, Kuhang Ing.
Wait, they still dating?
Brother. Yeah, they're still dating, and that's still going on. And Soraya's brother's now involved in it's all elite, and now she was supposed to hook up with Ruby Soho with her brother, and it's a lot of nonsense that I think no one on the planet gives a fuck about. But with that being said, I asked this to Jamal yesterday on our big business preview show / top 100. Eric, over or under?
By the way, he's not going to let anyone know. He's not going to let anyone forget that it's gone over 50 views.
Goddamn right it did.
Oh, congratulations.
Manny, you are not saying this the way I would like this to be said. It is.
Oh, here we go.
He wants to be known.
Hold on. He wants to be known as the 50 view man now.
Shut up. Nope. I'm gonna say it was the most viewed live show on a Wednesday since the last ETE. I'm just saying that's the way I'd like to do the numbers. I'm just saying it's a huge success. And don't you dare. That's how you do facts. Hey, Marcus, you make a fake awards and accomplishments.
Hey, Marcus, don't make me.
I see enough NBA to know this.
Marcus, don't make me and Manny do it. Don't make me and Manny create a show just to beat you guys' numbers, just to be out of spite, and then we retire when we can. Just like we'll just do a show. Shit, Manny can do a Lego and beat y'all show.
That's true. I could do Lego on my own and destroy your show.
I can do a Lego too because they do have the camera Lego. So, brother, don't be coming out here puffing your chest out. I mean, I appreciate you getting 50 views, but remember one of my Saturday shows got like 80 views. So I just want to point that out to you.
I don't care. I'm just asking for the question. I was just counteracting the Manny when
what's the most valuable thing on this channel? What's the most valuable thing on this channel? These hands.
You people are disgusting. Your hands, his butthole, both of them disgusting. Just saying.
Hey, have fun tonight,
over or under 6 months without incident.
Under.
Oh.
The AEW women's Marcus, I'm gonna tell you this right now. The AEW's women's roster is not ready. She's gonna get in the ring with Julia Hart, Sky Blue, and there's gonna be a fluke injury. They do not have the safe workers on their roster. Now, if she have only wrestles on main events and stuff like that, she might be safe. But hell, she fought Willow, and Willow's a good performer, and she got hurt there. So God knows what can happen.
You never know. Apparently ankles are like just devastating these days for wrestlers because all she did was jump on the apron and then she hurt her ankle. That's how she got hurt in the first place. And that's the same thing happened to Adam Cole. That's the same thing happened to Phil Brooks. It's just ankles are fucking up.
You can do the most ridiculous stuff and not get hurt, but then you do the most mundane, normal stuff like just walk or step off a curb and you're broken.
Yeah,
that's I mean, you can do all the shit that Ospreay and Fletcher did last week, and no one get hurt and no one gets pinned. But damn it, you walk off the step the wrong way, getting out the ring. Oh my God, he's gone for a whole year. He tore an MCL.
I'm just saying, why can't everybody be Darby Allin and just jump to the floor and die?
Man, can I ask a question? He
doesn't have bones in his body.
Can I honestly tell you, this week was the first week that I saw the Darby Allin bump on the glass when they showed the replay. That fucker's crazy. Why?
Well, some fans got hurt from that as well.
People got hurt. I think they got hurt more from when Sting went through the glass and the other way when it projected to the outside to the ring area. Well, with that being said, it's all stupid. It didn't add anything. As I discussed with Ryan on the show, Darby Allin can jump through all this stuff, fall through glass, flip over the stairs, jump to the outside of all his back. And you know what got a bigger reaction to that? A simple Roman putting his hand on the rock, talking about acknowledge me. And the crowd going, ooh. It's the same ooh. And no one got hurt. Just saying.
I mean, you do have a point. You make a valid point. But the thing is, though, is that, and this is no disrespect to Sting, but they wasted Darby for a long time, him being teamed with him. Darby was one of the hot commodities of the AEW roster. He is arguably one of the better TNT champions. I can't even tell you who the TNT champ. Oh, it's Christian now. I guess I can't tell you. You know, like when you have on a list of who the TNT champions was. I mean, like the fact that like Christian and Edge is like one of the storylines that they're doing right now, it just makes me sick. I don't want that.
No, what's more interesting is
so unnecessary.
their so-called pillars. You've got Sammy Guevara suspended, Jungle Boy in New Japan.
Yeah,
I don't know if he's still
Cast off in New
suspended.
Japan.
Yeah, who else was the pillars? Darby, who's about to climb Mount Everest and might die.
MJF.
Who's the final one? And MJF. MJF's on the shelf currently.
Yeah. And then you know what? I'm going to add Britt Baker to one. The fifth pillar, as
also
she
on
wanted
the
to be
shelf.
known as, also missing in action. And you know what? How bad that is contagious because her man can't even stand up. Her man is like Professor Xavier leading the X-Men right now.
Can I tell you, like,
Beast getting choked out, and him going, ooh.
Every time they said CEO, I was like, damn, they were saying DMD, and the next thing you know, she's not on TV anymore. I mean, I know Britt wasn't a great wrestler, but damn it, Britt actually could talk.
Well, it's gonna they want the dual DMD CEO chance. Where I would ask this question, and you know, this is just a random Manning. This is random. Chief Executive Officer is what CEO stands for, right? I believe on this show and in real life.
Mm-hmm.
What is he the chief executive officer of?
Well, Marcus,
I just don't know. You call it CEO. I know it's just filling in for boss.
Marcus,
but
so Shantae and I had a conversation about that whole CEO and the whole boss thing. Shantae says, like, you know, it's kind of sad because you think that she would need to evolve away from the whole boss thing and create something different instead of still treading down that same river of terminology that you used to do. Like was the CEO thing really necessary to come up with? Because I mean, she was the worst, best kept secret in the game. And I still think that they treated her
on the contract for 2 months.
Yeah, and I think they treated her a lot better than they did Okada. Like, I don't think the Okada debut was great.
I wonder who's making more. Who you paying more? Okada, Ospreay, or Mercedes? That's the big three free agents right now.
My money would be Ospreay, Mone, and then Okada. No, Okada looks old right now.
Mine would be Ospreay, Okada, Mone.
Manny, I don't even think that you would give money to Mone.
No, I would give money to Mone if she didn't have the history of walking out when times get tough.
When it kind of crashes down on her side.
I may put her in the middle of those three. But the fact that she's got a history of walking out when times get tough.
James McAvoy.
Yeah. When times get tough, I wouldn't invest a great deal of money on her.
I just think that if they really do plan on taking women's wrestling seriously, if they do, then it's a good investment if she stays healthy. However, I just don't think that they are. I just don't think that they have enough space and time to really focus on women's wrestling in AEW. Because I don't think they can barely focus on half a thing. Like, the question is, like, in 3 months, will they even be talking about Okada? You know what I mean? Like, because, you know, like, people disappear so quickly. I don't know. I'm worried.
Well, I think we need to wrap this show up because I believe my internet connection is dying. Both of you guys are roboting for me. So,
are we glitching?
Yeah. I don't know if it's probably my end since you guys haven't noticed it.
Yeah, so make sure you like the video, subscribe if you haven't. I don't know what the fuck's left to talk about on Saturday because we kind of covered it all.
We talking about The Rock.
Hey, Manny.
10 minutes of my life.
Manny. Maybe we can do it. Maybe I can help you guys achieve another 30-minute show. I appreciate what you guys did on Tuesday. When you made Marcus keep it short. Hey, Marcus, we only got 10 seconds or 15 seconds. Say what you need to say. All right, goodbye, everybody.
Eric, the worst part about that, we finished in 30 minutes. Terrific. Bravo to us.
Yeah,
we'll talk for another hour.
Yeah.
Another hour.
It
was good shit. It was good material wasted.
Oh, well, I can't help that.
We had a whole Breakfast Federation conversation again.
Oh, not the Breakfast Federation again.
And Shane Taylor got body shamed even more.
Yeah. Oh, that's the guy that fought whatchamacallit on Collision, right?
Yeah,
Bryan Danielson, yeah.
Yeah.
And
the guy built
everybody
like
else.
Nikita Lyon.
Wasn't
The
he
guy
him
built
like-
like Nikita Lyon.
Wasn't he supposed to be like a big thing in Ring of Honor or something like that?
Yeah, you know,
Shane Evans Enterprises or something like that?
Shane Taylor. Yeah,
Whatever.
Yeah, everybody's him and Brian Keefe were just over there taking jobs every single week to random wrestlers on their roster. So it is. You know what I'm happy about the Mercedes thing? They didn't announce she's gonna be on Collision this week. In fact, I don't know what they're announcing for Collision this week.
I don't think they made an announcement for Collision, but like the next time you see Mercedes is back on Dynamite next week.
When we hear from Mercedes, she's gonna see a bunch of we go into the room, the same rotation. We hear from so-and-so.
I was like,
after
she gonna talk?
decide.
I was like, she talking? She already talked this week. Where's she gonna wrestle?
I mean, I don't know what she go. So I want to pull Cody. So what do you want to talk about? Because I don't know what to say because we got her whole life story this week.
God forbid Julia Hart interrupts her and wants to cut a promo on her. I don't think I need that.
I don't think I've ever heard that woman speak.
I don't think so either.
Sure, she has.
You know, no.
I'm sure she has, but I don't recall.
In fact, she talked last week. She talked last week, and it was in the funniest segment because she talked, and then they won a commercial. They come back, and then the House of Black started talking, and she went them.
Yeah.
And so, I was offended in the segment that Julia Hart pointed her finger at me on her solo promo when she said something dark side.
I guess we could talk about if Aleister Black or Malachi Black is actually a main event player, or is he just a big card because he ain't been successful anywhere?
No, also in the conversation that happened that was never recorded was the return of Top Spin Tennis 2K25, and I am going to run the gauntlet.
Wait, is it a 2K game? Hey man, don't laugh, man.
It's a 2K game.
Tennis games has always been shit.
You don't understand what I'm laughing about. You gonna say don't laugh because this is what some of the hour was spent talking about.
Yeah, you don't even
the joy and love of Top Spin and virtual tennis. Yeah, that's what we were talking about. Cody was talking to us that day. So what do you want to talk about? Top Spin tennis and virtual.
Hey, Marcus,
we've talked a little golf.
Hey, did Manny cry about Top Spin tennis? Like
Manny,
is he gonna put it in? Insert Manny's female's name here and cry.
When Manny becomes number one in the world,
yeah,
he's gonna go to Cody Rhodes' mother, Miss Rubio, and hand her because Dusty wasn't around for him to see.
Or I'm gonna drive down to Atlanta, Georgia, sign up for a yoga class, and hand my Top Spin certificate to Brandy Rhodes just because everything that she's done for the community.
So back to the series conversation, preview for Saturday, basically. So they're gonna have the Bloodline segment. The question is, over or under 40 minutes? Will they make their time? Is Jimmy gonna be involved in their segment?
So my thing about it, like with their segments, if they're entertaining, I don't care if it goes long. The problem is when it's not entertaining, it's like whatever. And I think so far they've had 2 solid segments, even when they went long. Can they get 3 times the charm? I don't know, because what else can you say?
What can I say? Well, he gonna call him a crybaby for crying this week. He call him bitch.
And all this
he call him bitch. Yeah, they gonna talk shit about Seth. Jimmy has to talk this week because he has to accept Jay's challenge.
Can I tell you something right now?
I kind of want him to accept, and then Roman and the it doesn't matter if you accept or not.
I understand why we're getting Jimmy versus Jay, but Jay is fucking over. Pat is dancing with Jay. I kind of wish it was Jay versus Gunther for the title. I feel like it's a better match for me.
I'm with Sammy. Jay isn't as good as Sammy in the ring, and I think I care more about Sammy.
I care more about Sammy trying to get on the card, and then Sammy taking on the final boss of Gunther.
But he took it away from.
You know what? And I put Chad in front of Jay too at this point.
And to be fair, the whole Sami Zayn arc started with that Intercontinental title.
Honestly, let me tell you something right now, and this is real speak right now. Shout out to GQ Gunther, man. That suit was fire, man. I liked it. It was tailored nice, blue, the white shirt with the tie. That man was dressed like a champion. Look at that. Look like he bought, as you guys said, looked like that was a political card. Like, you know.
If they ran for president, man, I don't know. I don't know who I'm voting for, but this.
Marcus, you can never take Sammy because he's Muslim. So that
Oh
wouldn't
yes,
work
America.
that
It's
wouldn't work in
American
America.
rule.
That
Yeah,
won't
that
work in
doesn't
America.
work. Damn.
So what? So Barack was just the exception to this rule.
Well, Barack was a Muslim. He just had a Muslim name.
They claim he's not now. And
Although, Manny, when he was running, people were trying to say that he was.
Yeah. So either way, it didn't matter.
Well, so guys, I'm sorry. This is probably going to wrap up the show. And if you guys had signed up for our Patreon, you could hear the conversation that takes place after the show.
Or if you act now, you could do your own podcast at Squarespace, where you can design your website.
Hey, if we ever
Same
got a
fucking
Squarespace
ads
ad,
everywhere.
Hey, if we ever got a Squarespace ad, I know we fucking made it, man.
Or Manny, I would toss it to you. I know that the season's coming to a close, or the season's just ramping up. Join DraftKings and pick the sharpshooters that's going over the time limit every single week, because that's a sure bet for you. DraftKings.com/the sharpshooters.
You know what? Outside of the fake ads we just plugged, you can't donate to the show at thesharpshooters.com.
Hey,
That's
Jimmy
real.
does it, and I appreciate you, Jimmy. I'm gonna send you a print or something, whatever you want. You let me know.
That's real.
Ooh. Eric's prints are good.
Man, you still got the print I sent you?
Yeah, it's in a cupboard somewhere.
Yeah,
I had never got a frame for it.
Let me
I
tell
never
you
got
something.
framed for it.
That was one of the more fun things that I've ever done when I mailed everybody prints.
I would say, Jimmy, you get one of the prints, but just don't get one of the chunky women he takes pictures of.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Manny, how dare you? You know what? You're out of line. It's one thing for Eric to fat shame women. You're out of line.
No,
Wait,
wait,
you're out of line for taking the picture. You're out of line for coming back. I'm the only one in line here to respect women. In Women's History Month. You're going to do that. I'm the one who's going to stay online here and not make fun that they keep the camera too high for Diana Perazzo because it doesn't even show her face. That was me and Ryan's thing. That was Ryan this week, who was like, damn, they shoot her from the neck up, huh?
I like how you guys talk about me being an asshole when it comes to Deanna Perazzo, but it seems like everybody else, Shantae say shit about him. It just seems like
I never say shit about Deanna Perazzo.
Manny has never said, but he has said shit about Bronson Reed and Shane Taylor. Saying they look like barrels.
Donkey Kong.
Ridiculous. Anybody with Donkey Kong was trying to throw at Mario?
Yes.
Hey, you know what? I don't know if you guys noticed. Nakamura gaining weight too. He was flappy in his suit. I was like, oh, Doc, what you doing?
Well, he's
just becoming fat Elvis. He's just becoming fat Elvis.
It's all right, though. He's still getting the ring and he do what he needs to do.
Well, I believe Nakamura's at the age where he can start calling himself Lionheart Shinsuke Nakamura.
Can I just say, doesn't it feel like Tony ain't got shit to do with Chris, and he's like, I'm just gonna throw Chris out here till his contract expires. Throw him out here till his contract expires. I know he's going back to WWE to go to the Hall of Fame, but you know what? Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. And honestly, Triple H, I'm talking to you. When his contract expires, I don't need him as a performance contract. Just have him go to the Hall of Fame. That's all we need. We don't need anything else from him. I don't need a Jericho match.
King. He's gonna wrestle Lexi King at WrestleMania one last time.
It's Lexus Marcus.
What was that film? What was that Will Smith film when he was talking to his past, his younger self? That's basically Lexus King. Lexus King
Gemini Man.
Like, yeah, that's what that's gonna be. Lexus King versus Jericho.
Whew. Yep. And by the way, we ended the show 40 minutes ago. We're still on. This is supposed to be Patreon content, guys. Patreon.
We haven't made a Patreon yet.
Because ain't nobody gonna pay for this shit.
Jimmy would
know that.
Yeah, Jimmy's already paid for it, and he's not even getting anything. That's why I gotta give Jimmy. Jimmy, send us your information. We'll all give you a little something.
Yeah. And for the record, Jimmy's on the board of directors of this channel, Manny.
Manny, great.
Yeah, Jimmy, email the show. Email the show. Your information. We'll get something sent out to you. A bag of shit.
Oh,
adrenaline in my soul.
Eric, was your shit was your explosive diarrhea like a Cody Rhodes entrance with just unnecessary pyro all over the place?
No, I went, whoa!
No, that's him going to the toilet. That's him going to the toilet. Whoa!
Wow, we got J-Dog Silver came on at the end at high at 124. Hi.
Hey,
That's a nice logo.
It is a nice
It is.
logo.
let's end the show. Finish the story, Manny.
New merch
Manny
coming
got
soon.
Manny got mad when I was photographing skinny women. Now he get upset when I photograph chunky women. He just can't be satisfied. He's like my mother, never satisfied.
This is what happens when doves cry.
Cry.
Photo on the left is Eric on the toilet. Photo on the right is also Eric on the toilet.
Yes, it was. That was round 1 and round 2.
And we out. Peace.